And he's got his hands full because he's got the unbeaten mandatory challenger in Mark Magsayo, a puncher, a boxer, and had a hell of a fight against Seha where he had to come back and knocked out his opponent. All right, Mr. Russell, it's great to have you back. And you have certainly had to deal with so much personally outside of the ring. You've talked about your dad, who always has been your trainer. He certainly have had his issues medically. You even talked about the other day that you have been dealing with a slight injury in this camp as you trained yourself. Will any of that be a problem for you come Saturday night?
Hell nah. At the end of the day, I'm a gladiator, I'm a warrior. I love what I do. I love competing and showing the fans the skill set which that I bring to the sport of boxing. We always been the type of people that got in front of mud. I'm never in unfamiliar territory. You know, I don't know anybody else that can cover for it.
It's one thing because, you know, generally we see you once a year. It's been nearly 2 years since we've seen you. Father Time is undefeated.
That's right.
Any concern of ring rust, slippage at all from Mr. Gary Russell Jr. come Saturday night?
Nah, no concerns. I'm always in the gym. I never, my PI, somebody asked me when was the last time that I took 2 months off from training. That was probably since I was about 4 or 5 years old. You know, I'm always in the gym. Boxing is not just something that I do, it's a lifestyle for me. So even when at the conclusion of my sport, I still be in the gym, I still be training to keep myself in a certain type of condition, in a certain type of shape, regardless of what the situation is. So now, no signs of ring rust. We put the work in the gym.
Mark, listen, he hasn't been very active. It's been nearly 2 years since he's fought. Do you think his inactivity and Father Time will be an advantage for you and be his undoing come Saturday night?
Hi everyone, he's a really good fighter. I've been wanting him to fight with me since I was a kid. I was aiming a world title fight. Now this is opportunity comes to me, so I was so excited when one of the mandatory, Gary Russell. No ring rust for him. It's good.
5 have tried, Mark. None of them have been successful. You tell us why you're the guy who will finally dethrone Gary Russell Jr.
Maybe I'm the one who wants to beat him. Maybe the next, the Saturday, the second loss.
Gary, listen, you know every fighter has their critics. There's some big names out there. What's the message, I guess, you're trying to send to some of those big names who haven't gotten in the ring with you and to those critics of Mr. Gary Russell Jr. come Saturday night?